Welcome to the Nifty Chicks, and welcome to this week's episode of the Nifty News. In this episode, we cover Boss Beauties teaming up with Barbie, Mastercard's latest shift to bringing crypto mainstream, Deadfellaz' recent partnership just in time for Halloween, and CNN's accused rug pull. Let's do this. Welcome to the Nifty Chicks. I am so excited because NiFTy, you are back from your killer vacation. Tell us all about it.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I am. It's so good to be back, but the trip was absolutely amazing. I know you may have seen if you follow us on Instagram, I did a couple stories. It was hard to keep up with everything. And, we were all over Europe and experiencing amazing places and really tried to just disconnect from social and, just enjoy the time spent with my partner and just exploring Europe. So I missed you though.
I missed you so much. I mean, everyone here in our community missed you. We had some get-togethers, and we just kept saying, NiFTy needs to be here. We miss her so much. So I am so glad that you had an awesome time, though, because, I feel like it is so important to step away and disconnect. Even if, you do a little Instagram story and whatnot, it is so important to just disconnect and, be present over in that fabulous part of the world.
I agree. It's funny because one of the things we were talking about on the trip is it was honestly one of the first times in my adult life that I stepped away and really didn't do a lot of work. I mean, NFTy and I pre-recorded a lot of stuff. I spent a lot of time before I left getting everything ready so that I didn't have, a whole lot to do. And then thank you, NiFTy, because I was planning on doing the social posts and stuff about the shows as they came out, and it was so challenging with Wi-Fi, and I got locked out of Facebook and I couldn't get back in, and then just time differences and everything. So I appreciate you helping out there with getting those out for me.
Well, hopefully any listeners out there do check out our TikTok, because I did post my very first TikTok. And
I didn't even know you did that.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea what I was doing. So I gave it a whirl and it worked. And so, yeah, you'll have to check it out.
I will. Oh, funny. So should we dive into the news, since it's been, honestly, I feel like we're a bit rusty because we haven't recorded together in so long, but I'm super excited to be back recording and, bringing you guys the news again. And we've got some awesome interviews lined up in the next, couple weeks that will be coming out soon. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here.
Let's do it.
I'm super excited about this first article we're discussing because what was it? I don't know, a couple weeks ago, we did something different, which I would love to hear if you guys enjoyed, the episodes that we did where I picked a project that I really like, and then NiFTy picked a project that she really liked. My project was, of course, Boss Beauties, and I love this announcement about them partnering with, of all companies, Barbie. And NiFTy, I don't know about you, but I was a huge collector of Barbie when I was a kid.
So I was not. I was not a huge Barbie girl. I was a more of like trucks and cars and Matchbox cars and things like that.
That makes sense.
I had two older brothers. So I couldn't avoid it. But I love everything that Barbie stands for, and I love the way that they've really shifted their image to kind of stay on top of current issues and trends. And so Barbie has made a lot of changes throughout the life of Barbie, and for them to be partnering yet again with Boss Beauties, they've already partnered once before, and so this is their second go around. Obviously, they felt like the first go around was success enough to continue a partnership, and so I think it's cool to see, and I can't wait to see what they do.
Yeah. So one of the things or a few of the things, I guess, that stand out to me is, and I don't think I knew Barbie was around forever, but it's been around since 1959. Mm-hmm. That's a long time. And I love that, they're doing this collaboration. They're going to donate $250,000 jointly between the Barbie Dream Gap Project and then Boss Beauties Foundation, which both of these organizations, help provide girls the skills and leadership opportunities, to help girls find greater success. And that's global, it's a global initiative. So I think that's really cool. And again, I'm going to put this out there. We would really, really, really love to have Lisa Mayer on. We had the chance to meet her in New York, and hopefully we'll make that happen soon, because I think it'd be great to talk with her and hear more about her vision and what they're doing with Boss Beauties.
Totally agree. Couldn't agree more. And I echo that. I think, what they stand for on really ensuring that, women start embracing the empowerment that they have at a young age is so critical. And that's one of the reasons why I very much like the brand of Barbie. So I'm very eager to see how they continue this partnership, because I don't think it's going to be the last one.
So I wanted to just click on here. I wanted to see if it gives us any more information. It just says that they're going to be out later this year. Doesn't really say when, but I'm going to go ahead and sign up for this so that I know when it happens, because I definitely want to hop on, that and get one of these Barbie / Boss Beauties. And speaking of Boss Beauties, I forgot to mention this was one of the things I wanted to talk about, NiFTy, is that while I was traveling, Boss Beauties actually did their Super BB, where you could mint Super BBs, and you could fuse your Super BB with your OG Boss Beauty. And of course, I had to get on that. So I wanted to show you guys. So here's I got a couple power gems, and I guess I have another one that I could potentially.
I love it.
So you can mint, you can fuse more than one power gem with your Super BB. So I could technically take this other power gem that I have and fuse it with one of these. So this one, the Super BB 10167, is the one that I actually minted with fused with my OG Boss Beauty. And I absolutely love this one. This is like my favorite of all of them that I got.
Oh my gosh.
Look how badass she is, right?
That's amazing.
I just love her. So then these others were ones that I minted.
Okay.
Or from like basically from the open market. And I love them too. Like, I was very happy with what I got from that.
Those are killer. Those are so killer.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I know they're doing a lot with these, and I haven't really even had a chance to dive into everything because I've been traveling. And so that's actually one of my plans for this week, is to look into what they're doing, because they're bringing gaming, and like you can do certain actions to get points, and then you can redeem those points for things. So I think maybe that will be, once I have a chance to do some more research into it, maybe we come back and talk about that again.
Yeah, I would love that. And maybe Lisa can join us for that conversation.
That would be amazing. And maybe if not Lisa, at least somebody from the team.
That's right. Yeah.
So we will get to work on making that happen. So moving on, let's talk a little bit about Mastercard. So they're focusing on 5 key areas to turn crypto into an everyday way to pay. So I think that's promising for, bringing more users into the space.
Yeah.
So it looks like very high level here what they're doing, but the 5 key areas that they're focused on. The first is crypto cards.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the ability to pay with crypto with a credit card, which, they're not the first company to do that. There's plenty of companies
Sure.
that have been doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see, they're focused on cybersecurity, which is super important in this space, as we mention on pretty much every show. It feels like
Yes.
Crypto can definitely be a place where the criminals like to come steal your stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it be your cryptos or your NFTs.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so they are looking at ways to make it easier and faster for you to convert your crypto into fiat to make payments, if somebody's not accepting crypto. And then fourth is Mastercard networks. So bringing Mastercard approved digital assets onto our networks. And finally, metaverse and non-fungible tokens. One of our favorite things to talk about.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I think it's, I am pleased because it's been a wild summer for the crypto markets and for the NFT markets. There's no doubt about that. And I'm starting to see what companies have used this time to really make some big changes in what they're doing and how they do it versus other companies who are scrambling. It's chaos, triage mode, and they're likely closing their doors. And not that I ever thought Mastercard was ever going to do that, but I am pleased to see that they're looking beyond this next month, because I don't think any of us think that like crypto is going to be skyrocketing in the next 6 weeks, right? So They're looking beyond that. They're not looking short term. They're looking long term, and like, what are the plays and how are they going to survive this shift as the world starts to shift into crypto? And the fact that they're focusing on these 5 areas, I mean, those are all the areas that would concern me, right? Services, credit card, how the user friendliness of it, but yet the trust that it's, the processes are in place. Like, I think it's going to be eventually a part of our everyday. I know that that's the title of the article, but I don't see a world where it's not. And I see, just like, the shift, I think about the shift when people went from using cash to checks in the store, and then for people to use from checks to credit cards. And it was this wild fascination. Like, I really do believe that we are going to be, we're going to be looking at the person using traditional credit cards, 10, 15 years from now in the grocery store. I mean, like, what are you doing? That's weird. Get with the times, right? And so I think MasterCard's shift in this direction and focus to look long term, I think is going to be great. It's going to help them be a leader in the credit card and kind of payment world, like Visa and Amex, and it's good.
Well, you got to embrace it, because otherwise you could end up looking like Blockbuster, or compared to Netflix, and who knows what the next thing is, in that realm. I mean, that again, like Netflix needs to be looking at this as well, because NFTs could be the next series, and like, for example, crypto, or stoner cats.
That's right.
I mean, so
it's going to be
you gotta be on the cutting edge. Yeah,
for sure. Cool.
So this one we just had to talk about because it's almost Halloween. I mean, we actually just had a killer Halloween party last night that NiFTy and I attended here in Puerto Rico, and so we had to talk about this. I included this primarily because I think it's funny, because there are all kinds of memes around on the internet that anytime Steve Aoki gets involved in an NFT project, it fails. And I really, really, really hope this doesn't happen because Deadfellaz is such a cool project. And, we've had them on the show and I mean, they're killing it as,
I know.
an NFT project. And I just hope that this one goes well for them and it doesn't get brought down because he's a part of it. But basically, they're just talking about they partnered Steve Aoki with Deadfellaz. It's a fashion themed drop. It's actually a capsule series featuring Aoki's clothing brand, Dim Mock. I don't know how to say that, but there will be clothing to be redeemed, t-shirts, hoodies, skate decks, and an ultra rare jacket. And when does this launch?
I believe for their Halloween party.
Yeah, October 29th at the Deadfellaz Dead Zone, LA.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun event. And yeah, you're right.
We had Betty
on the show, and she's just so awesome. I absolutely love her. And so yeah, I hope that this does not turn south just because he's involved. I don't think it will, because I think Deadfellaz is so perfect for Halloween, and I love Halloween.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be cool.
For sure. So this one we came across. I remember seeing this while I was traveling and thinking, oh God, yet again CNN, is in the news for not great things, and this time they are facing accusations of a rug pull.
Yeah. So they apparently they launched. I don't think I was aware that they had done this, but they had launched what they called the Vault, which is allowing people to essentially purchase clips, like some of the most iconic CNN moments. And, they claim that it was a 6-week experiment, but didn't make that super clear. So people then bought these NFTs from the Vault, thinking that they were going to participate in this massive roadmap over the course of, a year, and well into 2022. And then all of a sudden they literally closed their doors. And I think what's interesting is, if we think back so this launched about a year ago. If you think back to the time, right, crypto was at an all-time high or close to it at this point. And so everyone was trying to get into NFTs. And so I'm not surprised that CNN was let's try to capitalize on this opportunity here. And then when it crashed as it did, I'm not surprised that they're I don't want to spend money and resources on this experiment. And, so they closed its doors, but that's shitty because you're leaving a lot of people hanging and in the dark as to really what they bought into, which is the opposite of what you should be doing as a kind of producer of NFTs. I think it's absolutely wild.
Yeah. And I'm looking at this, they've got this roadmap. So their roadmap Q2 2022. Okay. They completed all that. And then, it goes through Q3, Q4 2022. And obviously all these other things didn't happen. So they sold this that, you're going to get the potential ability for exclusive events, exclusive perks, potentially mint your own CNN article NFT. And now that's just gone. So it does. I mean, to me, it appears that it's a rug pull. You may have gotten an NFT from it, but you didn't get any of the other things. So I don't know. That's a fail in my book.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I don't know that it's not a rug pull. That's for sure.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anywho, that's all we have for the news this week. I just want to say thank you guys for listening and, sticking with us while I took a little brief hiatus. And, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, make sure that you're following us on all the socials so that you can stay up to date as to what's happening in the world of the NiFTy chicks and the NFT world. And Jen NFTy, I'll let you take it home.
That's right. Always remember, invest in yourself. You are worth it.
Please listen carefully to the following disclaimer. Neither the host nor the guests of the NiFTy Chicks podcast are acting in the capacity of financial advisors. We wish to remain transparent and impartial to the NFT community at all times, and therefore, the content provided by the NiFTy Chicks hosts and guests are intended for general information purposes only. Nothing written or discussed by the NiFTy Chicks hosts and guests should be construed or relied upon as investment, financial, legal, regulatory, accounting, tax, or similar advice. Nothing should be interpreted as a solicitation to invest in any cryptocurrency or NFT, and nothing herein should be construed as a recommendation to engage in any investment strategy or transaction. Please be advised that it is in your own best interest to consult with investment, legal, tax, or similar professionals regarding any specific situation and any prospective transaction decisions. You must do your own research when considering investing in cryptocurrencies or NFTs. We are simply sharing our journey with you as we learn more about the world of NFTs. Happy minting.